Hey there, how's it going? What's up, everybody? Irish Orangutan is here to pass along what you need to know to get better at Madden and grow your MUT team. Enjoy the show. Today we will be playing a solo playoff battle. I have just watched the end of the wildcard playoffs. That was absolutely wonderful ending to have Parkey bang that off one more time. Going through the solo, I am going to try to talk about why you should be running a script. I had a video come out yesterday, or will be yesterday, about that. First play had ran out there was a stretch. How I start a lot of games, just kind of feel out what the defense does. If they're trying to run a blitz, can usually attack at the blitz, and when a fullback or an offensive lineman is up against them, can usually mow them over. If you have a little bit of impact block, it helps quite a bit. So yeah, the Eagles and Nick Foles keep rambling on. It's going to be kind of interesting to see what happens when Wentz has the opportunity to come back. Because Foles stands in there. Oh yeah, that way to roll in there, Ricky. Looks good in that Ravens uniform. Thinking about at least picking up the Ravens uniform and playing with it sometimes. This is the last game in that sequence. Be able to get an elite player after
Stream.
this. Gonna be opening those up all on Wednesday, I do believe. That'll be during the Twitch stream, excuse me. So yeah, I think the matchups came out already. So the Cowboys are going to play the Rams, and that'll be Saturday, and the Eagles and the Saints on Sunday. Ooh, I kind of wish that Eagles would have got Rams, because I feel as if they would have had the opportunity to beat them, and the Cowboys, well, Rams should actually come out of that, I hope, but kind of think that the Eagles can kind of roll back, and that's kind of a fun story, even though it, there we go. Even though it is out of the NFC East. Just restarting something real quick. I'll throw it. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair. Want to give it a little farther back. That works out too. So I don't think the Eagles have pretty much anybody except for Malcolm Jenkins from when they started the year in the defensive backfield. Their defensive line is out of this world. Chris Long and Michael Bennett added to the Brandon Graham. It's just unreal up there. And I did forget Fletcher Cox, and I should not have, because he's probably the at least #1 name up there anyway. Bennett and Long are a lot better in situations, but both play very, very well yet. So getting into the script a little bit more, the next play that I usually run is just up the middle. It's out of a 3 tight end set to the right. Depending on how the defense comes up, and definitely in this, they're going to overload and it's going to really tighten the box. But you have a little bit of advantage over to the right side. And in that, you can call the no huddle, and that works out really well also. So talking a little bit more, or a little bit, excuse me, about why you necessarily would want to run a script to get started. It's to get you in a frame of mind that you are better than your opponent, and it allows you to come out and run plays that you're comfortable with, and you'll be able to put the defense kind of on their heels. And the main reason that I had focused on in the previous video was kind of boredom, because you come out and see the same thing and run similar things every time. So if you script up once a week and are able to run those plays for once a week, even the players that you play in weekend league frequently aren't going to know the plays that you're going to be running in a row, And if you find different strengths with your offense, you can then more or less focus on that. Something that really helps when scripting as well is figuring out exactly what the defense is going to come out in. I really like to figure out if they're going to be running plays that everybody kind of runs online, the blitzes, and leaving kind of yourself defenseless down the field. If you block a little bit more, or if you come out and run the ball, you're able to get the ball in good situations from the start and be able to run 3rd and 2s instead of 3rd and 7s, or maybe 3rd and 12s if you took a sack. And something that you can kind of focus on as people have gotten much faster in the game, if you're playing someone online and you think that you can take advantage of them, can go out and run plays and run players in certain positions and just try to streak them down the field and see if their cornerbacks or safeties can even keep up with you. And as you saw a little bit earlier, I run a couple plays that have worked since the beginning of the year. They're plays that you'll probably see online frequently, but it's also good to understand if your opponent can stop those certain plays. One being the fake extreme wheel, which goes by a different name in my offense. Dion can usually make someone miss in that situation, especially with how good he is after getting the ball in his hands because he is magnetic. There we go. I really liked how they made these a little bit easier of solos, to be honest. You have the lead sometimes. Usually they don't have all of their timeouts. In this situation, at least it wasn't in the first half. And as you're running through different formations and trying things out against the defense, even if it's in solos, you start to understand how they'll switch and how far they'll switch, if they'll overload certain sides, and you'll figure out what you can run later on in the game when you really need a first down. When you come out and run the plays that you're absolutely best at, you can just do things against the defense and put them in a mental block, or just put them at a disadvantage and thinking they're never going to be able to stop you, even though you might have to run some weaker plays to kind of get them thinking you're going to be doing something else later on. You'll be able to come out and get ahead by 10, 14 points. It's really something that if you can build up your defense a little bit, you can get ahead by a little bit and don't have to really worry about the other team coming back against you. Also, Ray Lewis looks absolutely wonderful back in a Ravens uniform. I think this is the first time all year that I've had him on. Oof. Lamar Jackson about had it at the end of that at the end of his first game. Really wish that who would have made him sweat a little bit earlier in the game, because that was a lot of fun. Also wish Lamar Jackson had a little bit better passing stats. Oh, that a baby. Because he would definitely be my quarterback. Because I do not like running with a left-handed quarterback at all, but Vic is just outstanding compared to everybody else at this point. He does sail passes every once in a while, but what he can do with his feet, and I have him at 99 throw power at this point, so he can make every throw. You just have to get him lined up right in the pocket. And going forward, talking a little bit further about the script, going to be coming out and doing that pretty frequently. I'm gonna have a little series about it, so make sure you keep coming back and watching that. I'll eventually work towards building other people's scripts and helping them out with that. Just give a general tutorial, and as people begin to start tuning in, gonna be able to help them out if they have questions about that as well. Really excited to be able to learn how to start doing some of this, getting a little bit better at a few things every time we get going. Thankfully, have stopped losing recordings and everything has been less glitchy for a while, so very excited about that. Figuring out schedule a little bit better as well, so on Twitch that'll always be listed over there. So up enough points, defense should just give in and not call their last timeout, so just have to run 2 more plays here real quick. Thankfully it didn't dive out of bounds. And 1 more kneel down. And it's been wonderful chatting with you all today. Wish you all the best. Take care. Thanks for checking into the Irish Orangutan channel. Keep coming back to keep getting better at Madden and growing your MUT team. There will be at least 5 videos up a week, so make sure to like and comment on each of those. Be sure to subscribe to see them all. Come by Twitch to engage or hit me up on Twitter. Take care, everybody. Much love.